Finding your passion is half the problem. It can be a big challenge. Everybody has it, but finding it seems to take some time. After you find it, though, keeping it's the other half of the problem. Because, like any fire, a natural fire that you do outside in your barbecue pit or when you go to the campgrounds, it can go out. It takes some effort to maintain a fire or to grow it. You've got to control it. That's our job. Today, I want to give you 5 tips or 5 steps to make sure the fire doesn't go out in your soul. The passion that's deep down on the inside of you that should be burning out of control, how do we keep it raging instead of constantly trying to build it up? So there's 5 things that I want to share with you. Number 1, we got to choose the right fuel. You know, a lot of stuff burns. You can throw plastic on a fire and it's going to burn. It's just not going to produce the results you want. It's going to be smoky and poisonous, and it's going to affect everybody that's around it in a negative way. And that's very similar to what I'm talking about with your passion at fire. You were created to serve a specific person or a specific group of people. That is your passion. Now you can pursue other things, and that's like throwing plastic on there because it wasn't what you were created to do. And all it's going to do is poison your soul. So choose your fuel correctly. And your passion is different than mine or everybody else's. You're unique in that regard. So find the right fuel that matches yours. Number 2, you want to add stones into your fire. Now, this is a trick from survivalists. If you'll put stones in a fire, they heat up and they hold the heat and maintain the heat a lot longer than natural fuel will. So you put stones in there. For you today, for your passion, what that means is finding mentors in your life that have been there before, that are doing what you want to achieve and do. Choose wisely, though, because a mentor cares more about your future than they do about your feelings. Put the right stones around you in your fire to help maintain that fire. Number 3, you got to protect it from the elements. There's always going to be elements. We can't control that. There's wind, there's cold, there's rain, water, all different types of things. The elements in this are friends and families, co-workers, people around us. We can't control it all the time, but there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of depression and frustration. There's a lot of poo-pooing of the gulls, the people that want to rain on your parade. Be really careful who you allow in. Insulate yourself from the fire. Build up the walls of your fire so that you can protect yourself from all the naysayers that are out there. Number 4, you got to learn how to stoke the fire. Now, this is an artwork. This just takes practice being able to stoke the fire. And what I mean by that is there's 2 types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. Extrinsic has some value, but not much. It burns really quickly. That's a motivation that's outwardly motivated, if reward type basis. If you'll do this, I'll reward you. That's really doesn't have a lot to do with passion. Passion is inwardly motivated, intrinsic. So it's finding those rewards. It's finding that motivation that's bigger than yourself. So make sure you learn how to stoke your fire using both forms of motivation, but 90% of the time, it will be intrinsic. And then lastly, you want to learn how to feed your fire oxygen. Fires need oxygen to grow and to maintain, and there's a right way to do it. That's your self-talk, because what you say about yourself, you start to become. You're breathing that air into yourself, into your soul. Be careful of those words. If you're having a challenge with complaining and blaming and rationalizing, making excuses and whining, all that negative self-talk, it's because you're not putting the right type of information up here. You're not protecting your eyes and your ears, the gates to your fire. So make sure you're careful on what you read, what you listen to, and what you watch. Make sure it is positive and uplifting. It's motivational and inspirational. My name is Ed Carcari. You've been listening to Passion is Everything, the 5 steps to help your internal soul stay on fire. Let's connect at edcarcari.com. Find your passion. Find your life.